Yo, what's up, boys, and welcome to this video. So I've had a lot of requests to do my add-ons, UI, macros, key bindings. So I thought I'd do that for you here. So yeah, first of all, we're gonna go through my add-ons, then we'll go through my UI, macros, and then at the end we'll go through my key bindings. I stream all of my content on my Twitch. A link will be in the description if you want to follow me there. I also have a dedicated YouTube channel just for my Twitch VODs if you prefer watching on YouTube. So link will be in the description as well. And let's get into the video. Okay, first of all, we're going to go through my add-ons and I'll show you the ones that matter. All the go just tracks all my go. Auto quest, auto completes the quest. It don't really matter. Auto repair is kind of nice. Whenever you go in to a vendor where you can repair, it just automatically does it for you. And we have bartender, which is what I use for my bars. Yeah, so you can see I have a lot of hidden bars here. I have my party 1 and 2 Vivify here, and party 1 and 2 Detox, and I also have my party 3, or not party, but arena 3 Disarm and Paralysis. So there's not everything I have room for in these, so I'll just, you know, use that and make them invisible because I don't really need them. Next, we'll go over the big debuffs. This is a huge add-on. Definitely recommend getting this. It puts the icon on the target's frame. I can show you here. You can see when I do this, up here it says paralysis on the thing, which just helps you so much with coping with everything in arena as there's a lot going on. Next one is buy them all, or yeah, buy them all, which just it makes it easier to buy a lot of things. You can see I can say max, I can buy as much as I want, stuff like that. Next one is chat copy paste. I don't use. Check PP is just so you can right click and then check PP on the target, get their name and their realm. Classic numbers is a damage font. I don't currently use it. I've disabled it because I'm just testing my normal Blizzard default one. I like to switch it up. Details, you guys know, it's my details down here. We have diminish, which is, if I just make a group real quick. When I'm on DR, it will come up right here for my party members, which is just an easy way to see other people's DR. So I know when they can be DR stunned or not. We have Doom cooldown pulls. I get a lot of requests for this one. This is when you can see here in the middle of my screen, when cooldowns come back, it will pop up here in the middle. You can see my Rising Sun kicks coming up. So it pops up in the middle of the screen. Just helps my awareness knowing what cooldowns are coming up, what cooldowns aren't. Next up, we have frame sort. This automatically makes the healer to be my top frame, which is really nice. You can just configure it however you want. This one does not matter. I don't use it. This just tracks my gladiator wins. Gladius EX. This is a huge one. I get so many requests for also. Need to get out of combat for a sec. So I use this compared with S Arena. I use Gladius EX only for the cooldown. So you can see I've disabled everything else. When I test it, it's just the cooldowns that appear. I can test it with S Arena, as you can see the full image. You can see here that I get the cooldowns above the enemy frames, which is, you know, another way to enhance my awareness to know what they have left, what they don't. Next up, we have Leatrix is just settings pretty much. You can just automate, or you can just do whatever you want pretty much with the game. You can disable so many things, you can hide things. It's just nice to have if you want to do that. I don't currently use it at all actually. My slug I don't use. Narcissist is just for my thumbnails. I can do different things for my YouTube thumbnails and stuff. Next up we have this Omnibar. You probably know this tracks enemies cooldowns right here. So you can see I use Gladius EX for big cooldowns, and I use Omnibar to test smaller cooldowns like kick, especially Kidney from Rogues to know when that's up. Lightning Lasso, stuns, just small cooldowns that comes up frequently that I don't want to track over here. I only track the big cooldowns over here. Next up we have Omni CC. I don't use that. Omni CD is very useful. Again, if I make a party real quick, my enemy or my party members big cooldowns will have displayed over here on the left side of the frame, which is just, you know, awareness. It's all about awareness in arena, so that's what most of my add-ons are for. We have Premier Groups Filter. I get a lot of requests for this as well. This is super useful when you want to find groups and you want to sort by healers or sort by something else. You can just go in here. I have it to 2v2. I have healers. There has to be one healer in the group, and all of these groups have one healer. So really useful when you're searching in LFG. Next up we have is Reflex. That is this one up here. It tracks all my different arena matches, and I can see history and I can see a little bit about those and stuff. Just a nice add-on to have as well to go through the arena history. Next up is Save Queue. Whenever I get into a queue, it will just have the seconds counting down from 25, you know, or 30 from when I can enter. So I can enter at 1 second if I'm doing something out in the world. Next up we have, where was I? Save queue. S Arena. I showed you earlier. Combine that with Gladius EX. It's just my arena frames. I like those. It's these. I think they're the best ones there, so I prefer to use them. We have symbol item level. It just shows the item level on all my items. Just pretty nice. Quality of life add-on. Next up is Tell Me Whens. I use these a lot. This tracks all kinds of buffs and debuffs. You can see here when I hit something, I can see I have a free ability here. I can see I'm tracking my hit combo. I can see I'm tracking my flurry strikes. And if I use stuff, you can also see I have some others. If I get a darting hurricane strike, hashtag. Yeah, I won't get it, but I just have a lot of things to track here, so I have better awareness again, which is just really useful, especially flurry strikes. This expansion, because it's huge to actually know that. And the ability is also very nice. Hit combo also very nice. Just a very useful add-on. I use that instead of Tell Me Whens because I feel like these are a little bit easier to set up for me personally. I do also use Tell Me When or WeakAuras though. Tidy plates is just these plates here. There's the standard ones. I can show you my options in that. I use Blizzard plates, so I have both tidy plates, and I also downloaded an extension called Blizzard plates to make them be these default ones. Oh, as you can see here, save queue is these seconds up here that's counting down. And then in these, I have show level activated, so the level stands on the right side, just as it does normally. And here I have Trophy GCD, which just says down here the last button I pressed. And then we have my WeakAuras. Go through my WeakAuras real quick. I have my auto queue, which just automatically says how long I've been in queue. So if I queue for this, you can see up here just awareness for it. We're going to WeakAuras again. I have Dispel Venom. This is whenever Hunter puts the venom on a healer and there's 3 seconds before he gets silenced, I can dispel that. I have Healer Drink here, so I know when he's drinking. I have a bunch of enemy CDs that get activated when they use them. My Flurry Strikes or WeakAura here. I couldn't figure it out to do with Tell Me When, so I got a WeakAura for it. I have Healer CC. Whenever my healer is in CC, this will come up. I have Shroud for Evokers. I have Party Cost Bar, which I can show you here again. If I get in a group. When I heal up here, It actually doesn't show here, but there'll be a cost bar on here from my parties and myself in arena, which is also just beneficial for awareness. We have PP cooldowns again to compare that with enemy CDs, so I can get a better awareness when people use stuff. PPQ, that's up here. Oh, auto queue, actually that automatically says yes when my party members, they ask if I want to queue up for 2s or 3s. Even invites it also does. T nameplates, that's for totems, so I can see what totems are what. And touch of karma, really useful again. This shows how much left there is of karma. So karma is 100% in PP combat, so it will just say 4 million health and 12k, and it will just count all the way down, so I know when it breaks and how much there is left to break. Then I have searing glare here, so I can see when I'm searing glared, so I don't use any cooldowns I shouldn't have. Okay, to go my tell me ones as well, I have darting hurricane, which tracks whenever I have this buff up, so my tiger palms, I can see when I can use them quickly after each other. I have a track of teachings of the monastery, which is in combat. I can see whenever I have this, and I have an extra blackout kick, it hits 2 times. I have the dance of the wind, which tracks whenever I have the high dodge chance. I have my vicious vivification, which tracks whenever I have a free vivify. I have my hit combo here, tracks when I have my hit combo up and how much I have of it. This one is pressure point. I'm not using this talent currently, but this is for Swen's battle gear. After Fist of Fury, there's 5 seconds where I have 40% more crit on my right and sun kick, so I track that as well. This one I actually don't use. And yeah, those were my tell me ones. Go in and see if there's other add-ons I should go through. I think the rest are pretty much just download them and you'll be fine. The Gladius EX setup, I can show you that real quick so you can see how you can just get the cooldowns. So what you want to do is you want to disable everything else than the cooldowns, and you want to change the frame background color to nothing, and then you just want to put them on top of your enemy frames. Anything else I should go through? Telements I went through, tidy plates I went through, WeakAuras I went through. I think everything else is pretty much just default. Omnibar is just what you want to yourself. Spells wise, I've gone through this and enabled everything that I want myself. I can also put a link to this in the description, and a link to all my add-ons, WeakAuras and macros will be in the description as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my add-ons. To go quickly over my UI here, this is just how I set it up. I can also put the export code down in the description as well. But yeah, this is how it looks. To go over my macros real quick. I have just, instead of dragging my trinket down every single time I get a new one, which is also really annoying for PP combat, I use these macros here. I actually hadn't enabled on this character. I haven't played in this character since this season. I have my bonus brew, which I just automatically use on the ground. We don't use this ability anymore, doesn't matter. Here I have where I cancel my images, freedom, blessing of freedom, protection, time stop, and pet dismisses. So I use that on my Drake normally, on my mount, so I can click that button when I'm in PP if I want to cancel any of these things. But for this season, our images don't get stuck anymore, which was really the reason why we used to cancel it, and our tiger does huge damage, so there's not a lot of times we actually want to cancel it. But having blessing of protection and freedom here is really good. Also time stop if you're playing a lot with an evoker, so you can cancel those if there's a mage that can steal them, or if you want to get out of time stop. I have party 1 and 2 detox, so I can remove poisons from them. I have arena 1, 2, and 3 disarm. I've used it a little bit, tested it, and I actually didn't like it, so I went back to using focus disarm instead. I have disarm arena 1, 2, and 3. I have my Karma here with Focus. I also used to use Arena 1, 2, and 3 Karma, but I didn't kind of like it either. So instead now I use Focus instead, and then just normal. I have my Party 1, 2, and 3 Tiger's Lost. I have Arena 1, 2, and 3 Paralysis, which I use. I have my Trinket again down here instead of me dragging it down every single time, which is kind of annoying. Down here, I just have a normal reload one. I have Vivify, Party 1 and 2. And on my Rising Sun Cake, I have Arena Pet Provoke, so the pet keeps going on me. Also had that my pet should attack the target I'm Rising Sun Cake on. And I have it to Tiger Leap, so it goes over to the target quickly. On Storm, Earth, and Fire, I have my Racial, and I have my Trinket on. When I use the Haste on use Trinket. And that seems to be it for the macros that I use. Last thing we're going to cover is going to be my Keybindings. 1, 2, 3, and 4, I have my Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, and Wooden Dragon Punch. These are all cooldowns that I use a lot without a long duration, or CD it's called. So it's nice for me that I have it on buttons that I can reach really easily, I think. Next up is my Disarm, where I have 5, Shift 5, and Control 5 for Arena 1, 2, and 3. I have the same with Paralysis, where I have R, Shift R, and Control R for Arena 1, 2, and 3. So that's what I like to do with Arena 1, 2, and 3 and Shift and Party 1, 2, and 3. I like to have the same button, and then I use Shift and Control for Arena 2 and 3. I have my Karma, which is just my normal Karma, and then I have Focus Karma. I have my Trinket on my G, and I have K for my Fist of Fury, Conduit for Y, and Roll for U. You're probably thinking these are really far apart, these buttons. How can you even reach that? Well, it's because I use an MMO mouse, specifically a Racer Naga. And as you can see here, I have macroed or keybind all these to different ones than originally, so they're not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. anymore. They're instead K, Y, U, I, O, etc. So if you don't have MMO mouse, it's a huge upgrade, specifically if you're playing World of Warcraft PvP, and you need to use Arena 1, 2, and 3, Party 1, 2, and 3. If you're only using your keyboard for those, that is a lot of binds you have to click there, and you have to be, yeah, that'd be a little bit crazy. So I benefit a lot from my MMO mouse. I really like it. I've always used it. As you can see here, so my mouse button 1 is my Fist of Fury, mouse button 2 is my Conduit, mouse button 3 is my Roll, and so on. I then have my mouse button 6 with Vivify, and then I have Shift and Control Vivify for Party 1 and 2. And yeah, that's the same, it just goes on for. I have for my Tiger's Lost, I have C, Shift C, Control C again for Party 1 and 2. For my Detox, I have Shift. This is the only one I actually switched it up with Party 1 and 2. So this is for my mouse. For myself, I have it to be Shift and button 1 on my mouse. And then for my Party 1 and 2, I have it to be Shift and then number 2 button on my mouse and Shift number 3 button on my mouse. But yeah, that's pretty much my keybinds. I don't bind WASD. I like to also move backwards. I know a lot of people don't bind that, but I like to be able to. And that's pretty much it for all my key bindings, add-ons, UI, and macros. Hope you enjoyed, boys. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two, or just, some inspiration. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.